Hi, my friends. Master Boone Brown, Ancient Ways Martial Arts Academy here. Usually I make videos, stuff for my students, and this might be for some of my adult students. But this video is really made for any adult out there who is struggling financially and needs and is willing to listen to a little advice. And so this is something that I did up for financial self-discipline. I see a lot of people in today's world who struggle to make ends meet. In the martial arts industry, we often work extra hard, maybe picking up some extra jobs, offering some type of daycare service, or even taking clients that we know are a bad fit for our school because we think that we need the money that badly. And when it comes time to pay our bills, they often have to cut from certain expenses in their lives to pay for higher priority ones. Many of my colleagues have no savings and are counting on some magical gift from heaven for retirement. I hope that doesn't sound familiar to you, but if it does, this is for you. Many years ago, I read a book called The Millionaire Next Door. This book refers to how most of the millionaires in North America are our neighbors. They live in neighborhoods just like yours, living simply. They drive used American-made cars usually. They wear suits off the rack, if they wear suits at all. They clip coupons at the kitchen table, and they count every penny they make. These are not people who make more than you or me. They are just people who know how to discipline themselves and not spend every penny they make. They're people of great financial self-discipline. As a martial artist, I was told what to do by my instructors, and I said, yes, sir, and I did it. As an adult, I still follow what they told me, even though they aren't here. Is that really self-discipline, or is it just following someone else's direction, still being disciplined by them at a distance? I don't know. Whichever, it allows me to train successfully even at age 53. As a business owner, I had a mentor who told me what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. He directed me through all of the important things, from special events to sales to upgrades, marketing, promotions, etc. You name it, this guy had the answer. And with 20 plus successful martial arts schools of his own, I knew he was right. So I said, yes, sir. And I followed his advice, growing my school to become highly successful. My training mentors, too, had suggestions on how to teach and what to teach. Much of what they suggested is now the industry standard for being a top-tier instructor. All of our instructors here at Ancient Ways are ProMax certified. ProMax stands for Professional Martial Arts College. They told us what to do, and we said, yes, sir. And we grew and grew and grew. Now, when it comes to finances, maybe you took some accounting classes, maybe you got some great advice from a family member or a family friend. Maybe you can do what they say, but I suspect many of you are struggling to pay your bills and wish you had something in savings too. So I'm going to show you a way that you can control yourself and not without suffering and starving. It's not really all that difficult, especially in today's high-tech world. First, the thing you got to do is recognize the problem. You see money in your account and you see something you want, gosh, thanks Amazon, and you spend the money. So here is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you some directions and you're going to say, yes, sir, and then do it. In a year, call me and thank me. I've given this advice to some martial arts school owner friends of mine recently, a few months back actually, and they have already started writing me and calling me and thanking me. This is kind of like dieting though, okay, out of sight, out of mind. If there are no snacks in the house, we won't eat them. Now I'm going to ask you to give up a little bit of your money every paycheck. No, not to me. Although that's not a bad idea. Well, anyway, instead, you're going to be giving the money to your future self. And don't panic, it's just 10%. Now, I can hear you out there. You're going, whoa there, karate man. I can't survive on 10% less than what I'm making. I'm struggling now. Easy there, cowboy. I get it. Trust me. I understand. Think of it this way. If you struggle to make ends meet and get everything paid on $1,000, then doing it on $900 isn't going to be that much more difficult. You had to cut back on something. You worked some extra hours. Maybe you picked up an extra job or whatever, and you made it work before. You're just going to do it again. Maybe give up eating out, going to the movies, drinking Starbucks, getting your nails done professionally, drinking, smoking, or any other bad habit you know should give up anyway. Video on demand is super expensive, so get Netflix instead. Cell phones are a necessity, but not the latest and greatest one. And there are tons of very inexpensive options for cell service these days. We're looking at the Google Fi service for my family because it's so inexpensive. Here's the problem though. If you just try and hold out 10% of your pay, you're going to still turn to it in emergencies and maybe even for non-emergencies. So we have to literally get rid of the money. Remember, out of sight, out of mind. So here are the steps I took with my business to get that 10% out of sight and out of mind. I made several new checking accounts under my business. When I told my bank what I was doing, they thought it was a great idea. And they made it so my balance in all of them covers the minimum balance required. I'm over 50, so there are discounts for that too. So my checking accounts consist of one OEX, stands for operating expenses. And that's the main account that everything gets pumped into when our billing service pays us. And then I have another one for profit, one for payroll, one for rent. And if my taxes weren't done automatically by my payroll company, I'd also have one for taxes too. All right, now I can still see or log in and see all these accounts and easily transfer money back and forth however I want to. So that's not out of sight. So I went to another bank and I set up a savings account there and called it Profit. I have no checks for that bank account and no debit card. I even talked to the bank manager and told him what I was doing. He asked that he not let me get to the money except every quarter. He can't stop me legally from getting to my money, but he said if he saw me coming in, he would take me aside and discuss it with me and help to keep my money in his bank. So when the studio makes money, I immediately transfer 10% to my profit account, and within 24 hours, I transfer it out to the other bank. It can all be done from your computer or phone these days. Now, I still struggle to pay rent, payroll, operating expenses, and all of that, just like before, but some cool things have started to happen. In the past, I might have taken new students who we knew were not a good fit for the school because of our need for money. We scrambled to sign people at the end of a trial, spending time with them instead of giving all of our attention to the deserving students who we had already signed and were working hard on the floor. We're hosting events and selling services that were not what we wanted to be doing, just to make money. Now we focus on our core service, teaching martial arts and doing it better than anyone. Now we do an opt-out version of enrollment, which means we don't chase people up to sign anymore. They come in, they sign up day one, and they have 28 days to let us know if they do not want to continue. Now we have measures in place to ensure that prospective students are a good fit. And if they aren't, we have a very simple and painless method of making sure they don't sign up. It actually seems like it's their idea, not ours. That's the best part. We've had our best October in the history of the school, and even with the storms, and we expect each month to continue to get better and better. So how do you implement this in your life? First, say yes, sir, with each of the suggestions, and then go and do them. Listen, a great idea is nothing without taking action. If you have your paycheck automatically deposited, see if your employer will automatically take 10% and put it into a savings account in another bank for you. Problem solved. If not, then you have to do it yourself. Shop around for a bank that will give you the best deal. Credit unions are usually best and offer the best rates for loans when you decide you need a car. Yes, you probably can be a customer at a credit union. It's not that hard. Here in Braden, Florida, we have the Suncoast Schools Federal Credit Union, and if you have a child in school or enrolled in classes yourself anywhere, then you qualify. Some banks are like mine. They have free accounts for seniors, and even though I don't feel like it, being over 50 counts. Once you pick your second bank, you need to get set up with your primary bank to be able to transfer money to bank two. You can do it as a check and use the mobile deposit feature. I have done that, but they may have a really easy way, like doing an ACH or a wire. Just make sure that it doesn't cost you anything. Sometimes it costs on the receiving end too, so make sure. So you get your check, and automatically the first thing you do is you take 10% and get it out of that account. Forget about it. It's not yours. It belongs to future you. Out of sight, and now you're saving. Now what you do with it from there is up to you. Investing is a whole other area to discuss on another video in the future. Remember too that the difference in most millionaires in North America and non-millionaires is not that they inherited a lot of money or make a lot of money, it's that they don't spend a lot of money. I'm not saying you should cut back to the point that you're in a constant state of suffering and denial, but we all know eating out is crazy expensive and compared to fixing food at home, and it's terrible for our health. It may not seem like a lot, but it adds up pretty quickly. Many people still smoke or drink or worse, and all of these things are unnecessary. The world is beautiful, and the best feelings in life come from living life well, working out, improving ourselves, hearing children laugh, learning new skills, watching the sunset with a loved one, and listening to our favorite songs, not from chemicals that deplete our senses and our income. If you're interested in a more personal form of mentoring and life coaching with me, please just let me know. My rates are reasonable, and the changes I can guide you through can be amazing. Thank you, and have a great day.